It's the book of Luke 21 and verse 25. And there shall be signs in the sun and the moon and the stars, and upon the earth disgressive nations will perplex verse 1. Second Esdras chapter 9 verse 3. It says, there shall be seen earthquakes and upwards people world. Second Esdras 15 and verse 15. For the sword of destruction draweth nigh, and one people should stand up and fight against another with swords in hands. Verse 16. For there shall be sedition among men, invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor their princes, and the course of action stand in power. Luke 21. It's the book of Luke 21 verse 25. And there shall be signs in the sun and the moon and the stars, and upon the earth disgressive nations will perplex verse 1. Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Hashem. We're called Kurdstian, and Heavenly Father, true name is Yahweh, and His only begotten Son Ba'Hashem, in the name of Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai. Those are the true names in the ancient Paleo Hebrew, the Lashmadash, the Holy Tongue. And I say Barakathon to the elders and apostles with Akhmah, and I say Shalom. And this is a sit-down lesson of this recent news article from Al Jazeera. I mean, I don't know if this is true or not, because there's been a lot of discussions for the past, I would say 2 days now, about the United States supposedly in I believe the Israel Defense Forces World 2. It was supposedly fully equipped the Kurdistan fighters, a separatist group. So supposedly they might coincide with the United States armies and the Israel Defense Force armies. They had discussions with them. They was potentially was going to arm them, equip them, to do a ground, ground deployment, armed deployment in, I would say, Iraq, in that region. And because you got pro-Iranian, groups in that area that support Iran. So this news article from Al Jazeera was about 8 minutes ago, and it says the Iran attacks anti-Iranian separatist forces in Iraq, Kurdistan. And I believe what was that, like the day before yesterday, you had an explosion at a military base over there in Iraq. That comes within the last couple of days, and they even having discussions of the potential of a ground invasion from the Kurdistan separatist group. And this is the previous same group. It was like a couple of weeks ago, or a month and a half ago, had those heavy clashes between the Turkish armies and I would say the pro-Kurdistan armies and the pro-Kurdistan armies and the Kurdish armies was going against Turkey, even though they came to an agreement. And then recently, I would say recently, it was like a month ago or a couple of weeks ago, you had the Syrian Democratic Forces was going against the Kurdistan armies and the pro-Kurdistan armies as well too. Now, a month or two later, now you got this situation of potentially, if this ground invasion is true, potentially that you're gonna have the Kurdistan groups going against the And it says Iran attacks the anti-separatist forces in Iraq and Kurdistan. It says the Iran Press TV is reporting that Iran forces launched a operation targeting the anti-separatist forces in the Kurdish region neighboring Iraq. Video clip post on X by Press TV shows an explosions light up the night sky during the operation. It says the new outlet did not specify the location of the strike. Earlier, we reported that a multiple blasts in the province of Shalamiya in the northern Iraq. Local sources said that the attack targeted the headquarters of the Kurdistan Toilers Association, or the Komelia, in the Iranian Kurdish armed group in Iraq. The attack comes amid many reports of the Iran and Kurdistan armed groups have consulted with the United States in recent days about whether or how to attack Iran security forces. It says in the region part of the country, I meant to say western part of the country, according to the Reuters news agencies, the Iranian Kurdish coalition of the groups based on the Iran-Iraq border has been trained to mount such an attack in hopes of weakening the country's military. Earlier, Iran Tasnim news agencies denies the reports of the armed Kurdish fighters across into Iran from Iraq. It's the book of Luke. Matter of fact, Matthew's 24th chapter. So if this is true or not, but definitely for sure, you've been hearing a lot of explosions over there in northern Iraq and over there in that region as of late, especially with these, especially with the I would say Iran been doing airstrikes over there in Iraq and Syria. And you had the Israel Defense Force been using airstrikes against those proxy groups and pro-Iranian groups as well too. Because you do get military bases of the United States over there in Iraq. So you've been having a lot of explosions over there for the past couple of days. And over there in Iraq and Syria. So I just want to add a side note to that. Matthew 24 verse 6, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. Right, that's what we hear, wars and rumors of wars. See that you be not troubled for all these things, but first come to pass, but it is not yet. Matthew 24 and verse 7, for nation shall rise against nation. Right, we see them. Nation rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. You got these nuclear wars, you got these proxy wars. For nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. So with that, hopefully this sit down, that's what's edifying of this recent news article from Alex Zero. As it, hopefully I can get back to that post. As it says again, this was about 15 minutes ago. Iran attacks anti-separatist forces in Iraq, Kurdistan. But I think they said, according to the Iranian reports, it was they was denying the reports. They said the reports were not true. So we're going to see if it's going to be true or not. So as it says again, Iran attacked anti-Iranian forces in Iraq, Kurdistan. Iran's press team reporting that the Iranian forces have launched an operation targeting anti-Iranian separatist forces in the Kurdish region on neighboring Iraq. Video posts on X by Press TV shows explosions light up the sky during a operation. So with that, I'd like to give all praises and glory and opportunity to Yahweh Bashem. Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Wakakadash, and the Heavenly Father, true name is Yahweh, and his unbegotten Son, Bahashem, in the name of Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai. Those are the true names in the ancient Paleo Hebrew, the last Wakadash told the time. And I said Barak to the elders and apostles, Wa'akim, Wa'akwaf, to the next thing I would say, Shalom.